They are business leaders, experts in economy, society, and culture. In 15 minutes, their insights will create a vivid picture of Vietnam. Sharing Vietnam, the country as you see it.
Hello and welcome to Sharing Vietnam from NETVIET VTC10. This is Phương Lien's pleasure to be the host in the episode. And from 4 to 8 of March 2012, there is a Sri Lankan delegation come to Vietnam to join business forum in VCCI, and NETVIET will be here to bring you the updated information about this visit. And now, please spend a few minutes on discussing with one representative from Sri Lankan community to Vietnam. Let's find what we have today. To follow up the success of an official visit to Vietnamese President Chương in Sri Lanka on November 2011, business delegation of Ceylon Chamber of Commerce, Sri Lanka consists of 15 members, led by Mr. Anton Godfrey, chairman of Vietnam Sri Lanka Business Council, is visiting and working in Vietnam from the 4th to the 8th of March 2012. The purpose of the delegation trip is to meet directly, exchange information, seek for a chance to import goods from Vietnam, as well as an opportunity for investment cooperation with Vietnamese enterprises in the fields of pharmaceuticals, health, real estate, marine products, agricultural machinery, information technology, chemicals, paper and other confectionery products, general trading. Thank you, Mr. Anselm Ferreira, to accept our invitation to join the talk show today. So first of all, can you introduce a bit about your company with the audience of Sharing Vietnam?
We are a company exporting pure Ceylon tea out of Sri Lanka in the brand called Mlesna. And our brand is now in its 28th year. We started in 1983, and we export to over 55 countries around the world. And my main purpose here is to find whether we can get a partner here to import our tea, do a partnership, plus to see whether you have very good packaging material here, because we package a whole lot of teas in Sri Lanka in the top level of packaging. And we source packaging from around the world to do our packaging. And we have over 3,500 items of packaged tea in our assortment.
Yes, I can recognize that your company has a long history and a larger numbers of activities throughout the world, right? Yes. So one curious question, is it your first time to Vietnam?
Yes, it is my first visit to Vietnam.
So entering Vietnam for the first time, what do you feel about Vietnam, about the landscape, about the people here?
It's looking a lot like Sri Lanka, tropical type of weather. I think it's more tropical down in the south when we go to Ho Chi Minh City. Here it's like our mountain region, Norelia, it's cold. That's where the best teas are produced in Sri Lanka. We are 6,000 feet higher from the sea level. And it's cold country, so we produce very good quality tea there.
Speaking at the Vietnam-Sri Lanka Business Forum yesterday morning, Mr. Hoàng Văn Dũng, Vice Chairman of VCCI Trust, with the support of two governments, the close cooperation between the organizations, agency and between trade promotion organization, the business community of Vietnam and Sri Lanka will benefit from these advantages, potential to open up opportunity for new business investments, contribute to the bilateral relations to new heights. VCCI Vice Chairman also welcomed the presence of Sri Lanka business in Vietnam market, establishing investment cooperation as well as trade in various fields with Vietnamese enterprises. We know that Sri Lanka is really famous for tea leaves or the tea industry, and mainly in black tea, right? Yes. So I think that there are some similarity in the geography or the condition between the Sri Lanka and Vietnam.
Yes.
So can you point out some of the similarities?
The landscape, the similar type of vegetation we have. Tea grows in different areas in Sri Lanka. We have 7 different agroclimatic regions in Sri Lanka. The lowest area is called Ruhuna. Then you have Sabaragamua. Then you have the medium level, which is Kandy. And then from there you go to the high grounds, and they are called Dimbulas, which is the western part of the hill country. Uva is the eastern part of the hill country. Then you have Udapusalawa, which is a little bit below Nuwara towards the eastern part of the hill country. And Nuwara, which is the peak that produces fine quality fragrant teas, which is good to consume without milk or sugar. It's a very fine, delicate tea. The other teas you can consume with or without milk. Best teas, you don't need anything to drink best teas with. You can drink it just straight. And if you like it with milk, of course you can add milk. But for fine teas, you don't even need any sweetening. Tea itself has a nice taste about it.
And we know that Vietnam and Sri Lanka has some similarity in their activity to produce tea. So how do you feel, or what are the first or the second things?
More orthodox tea and very little CTC teas. You also produce more orthodox tea and some amount of CTC teas. Sri Lanka now produces some green teas as well, according to the Chinese method and the Japanese method, both. So we have sencha, and also we have saumi and the other pecos from the Chinese type. So we have a big variety of teas. Plus we produce a small quantity of CTC teas, which is called crushed tear and curl type of manufacture, which is good for strong tea in tea bags. But majority of our teas, 99% of our teas, are all orthodox teas.
I think that Vietnam can apply the new system of production the tea like Sri Lanka to get more efficient in producing. And one more thing is that some people say that maybe Vietnam are mainly focused on produce the tea or plant the tea leaves, but the price of the tea product in Vietnam is not is really low as the price of tea in Sri Lanka. So what do you think about that?
Depends on the quality. Our quality standard, of course, our industry is 145 years old. We started in 1867. So we are more advanced in the manufacture of tea, and we concentrate on producing very good quality tea. So when your quality is good, you get a higher price. Of course, we also have some poorer quality teas that are being manufactured. Those don't get the good price, but overall average, Sri Lanka gets $2 more than the rest of the world for our tea.
And some people say that maybe one of the reasons is that Vietnam do not have some big or famous branches in tea production like Sri Lanka.
No, the brand of tea is for packaging the tea and selling as a brand, the finished product. But our main brand is Ceylon tea. The whole country produces good tea, and the country's tea is called Ceylon tea because we were Ceylon many years ago before we became a republic and called ourselves Sri Lanka. And so we continue to call our tea Ceylon tea, and we go as Ceylon tea as a quality symbol. We have a special lion logo which is associated with quality, and it has the word Ceylon at the bottom, and pure Ceylon, it's quality Ceylon tea. And we use it on our packs, on our branded products, provided the tea is good. And if the tea is of a standard, we are allowed by the tea board to use that brand.
The Vietnam tea has been exported to 110 countries and territories. With cacao for 95%, the volume is exported as raw material. Only 5% is exported as finished products. This is the reason why even ranking the 5th of world tea export, the Vietnam tea brand has not been widely known. The only brand entitled Chè Việt of our country is known and registered for protection in 70 countries and territories. Worthy to the 5th position on the export of tea, the problem posed to the tea industry now is to enhance the production of high-quality products, meeting the most stringent requirements, creating more traditional tea brands, and further promote the global market. Yes, as Vietnam's the tea production really want to learn the experience from Sri Lanka and especially your company to make the Vietnamese tea production is more and more efficiency. So what are your suggestions or recommendations for the tea industry in Vietnam?
If you want to go up the brand ladder, you need to improve the quality of production. There's a lot to do from the plantation to the selling point to bring the quality up. It's something that you have to teach the farmers, that quality matters.
Yes, I know. And I know that this time you come to Vietnam and to seek for the cooperation with Vietnamese production companies in tea industry, right?
Correct.
So what are the criteria that you seek for in a Vietnamese tea?
We need somebody who's got a commitment to quality to do our product here. And then of course, the other side is looking for good packaging materials, where I think you have very good porcelain here, plus materials like boxes and so on, that glassware that we can use for packaging tea.
In Sri Lanka, cooperated with a lot of company or export a lot of tea products in over the world, right?
Yeah.
So can you share us about some current criteria that maybe some current requirement that the international market require with tea products?
International market, of course, needs pesticide residues to be very, very low. In Vietnam, the pesticide residue level is a little high, so that needs to be addressed. If you take away that, then you naturally will get a good price. So you need to teach your farmer not to use pesticides incorrectly, because it stays in the tea product and it comes to the final stage, and then all the Western countries would not want tea, even Sri Lanka doesn't want tea that has high pesticide residues, which is bad for your health. So that part you have to teach your producers, that's the small farmers who have the leaf. You have to start there to improve the final product. Without that, it's difficult to improve the final product.
We all know that Vietnam mainly export some types of products to Sri Lanka, and including the tea. So how can you view the export activity between Vietnam and Sri Lanka in tea industry?
Well, it's at the moment at the lower end, it's okay. But if you need to go high, then you need to improve your quality.
So Mr. Ferreira, how can you make assessment about the potential in cooperation between your company and Vietnamese company this time?
Well, we are looking for a partner who will take our product.
So once again, thank you so much, Mr. Ferreira, to join our show today. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And that concludes our show for today. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, please send to sharingvietnam@gmail.com. I'm Phương Liên. So leave for today. See you tomorrow.
Cảm ơn ông Asem và biên tập viên Phương Liên với cuộc trao đổi thú vị vừa rồi. Có lẽ đất nước Sri Lanka xinh đẹp với mệnh danh hòn ngọc Ấn Độ Dương đã để lại ấn tượng cho quý vị khán giả. Và bây giờ trong câu chuyện tiếp theo, chúng ta hãy cùng chờ đợi xem biên tập viên Nguyễn Tùng sẽ đưa chúng ta đi đâu.
Xin cảm ơn Mai Phương. Hôm nay thì chúng ta sẽ không đi đâu xa. Thưa quý vị và các bạn, câu chuyện hội nhập ngày hôm nay sẽ chính là một câu chuyện tại Việt Nam, câu chuyện về ngành thủy sản.